When I began playing No Rest for the Wicked, I was actually neglecting a very much important activity that is native and inherent part of the game. And the reasoning behind my thinking, it was actually quite ironic if I'm being fairly honest with you. I was thinking that I was just not into that kind of stuff, into that very specific activity, because I wanted to immediately engage with the promise of the endgame. So I immediately reached the point where I finished the main storyline. Spoiler alert, if you want to access the endgame, yeah, right, Captain Obvious on the attack. If you want to actually access or engage with the endgame, you have to finish the main quest. The main quest, you're going to finish it by finishing the main 5 areas, first areas that we have access to on the early access. And that being said, once you finish that, you are going to be able to engage with the endgame. The thing is that you also have crafting in this game. And as you can see, I haven't really finished to upgrade my stuff, because I'm still missing a very much important ingredient right here, which is clay. You see, let me tell you something about clay. The thing is that I don't really know how it works well that much. I've been looking information on forums right now because I am now desperate to upgrade all of this kind of stuff, which I should have. And it seems that I do remember that at some point when I was level 12, I was getting tons and tons and tons of clay, but I was getting rid of it. So don't actually get rid of your clay, because you're going to need it to level up the maximum amount of level for your structures. Now, your structures are going to be tied to the endgame. And I do not mean in an indirect manner. As a matter of fact, your structures, your buildings that you have out there in Sacraments, they are going to be directly tied to the endgame. Before you actually start engaging with the endgame, you are going to need to upgrade all of this kind of stuff, because to upgrade your character to the point, to the level that you can actually use your character to engage with the endgame, you are going to need this kind of structures right here to be able to survive. Little spoiler alert, this is a very, very mild spoiler alert. Once you finish the main story quest line of the game, not only does the actual endgame area is it going to open up for you, but the overall enemies that you have on the overworld, they are going to level up towards endgame kind of enemies. It's not going to matter if you're heading over back to the starting area to get some levels or to grind some low level enemies right there. Everything is going to be upgraded or leveled up to the tier 3, which is the tier level of gear that we have access right now on the early access of the game. So, the thing is that I didn't engage with any of this, so when I reached the endgame, I had a very, very rough time, because I was trying to farm for the materials. I was trying to farm for the wood, I was trying to farm for the iron, and I was getting my ass handed to me, because everything was so much higher tier that I didn't really have the materials, nor the resources, nor the gear to actively engage with that kind of stuff without getting my ass handed to me. So it was a little bit of a pain in the butts. Then again, so if you're not on the endgame right now, then you should actually engage with crafting, and then it is very simple. Actually, you have 2 tiers of crafting right now. So, as a matter of fact, as you can see right here, I already have a separation of the places that I used to grind, and I do have a separate video about this kind of stuff later on that it's going to be coming tomorrow. But ideally, if you want to get some woods, you're going to some lodging, you're going to get it from the urban glades. This is going to be wood that you're going to need to upgrade the basic levels of the structures that you have in Sacraments. And then you're going to need you're going to need copper. Now, the copper, it is highly likely that you're going to find it in the Marineer's Keep. Now, that is not to say that you cannot find wood in here. You can, but it's not going to be as abundant as you are going to find it right here. The same case goes for the copper. You're going to find lots and lots of copper right here. That is not to say that you cannot find copper in here, but it is going to be less and less abundant. Now, the same case is going to be applied right here. Although this is a little bit of a quarry, and you will see that there's going to be always lots and lots and lots of iron right here. So always be sure that you're getting your iron from here. And then you're going to find on the Nameless Pass, which is the same, it's not a different area, but in this one area right here, there's a little bit of a ridge, a little bit of a rocky mountain. In this rocky mountain, you are going to find more wood that you're going to need to upgrade your buildings to level 3, which is, or level 4, which is the maximum amount of upgrade that you can do to your buildings. So be sure that while you're doing your main quest, you're also engaging with this, because it is very much important. Also, the clay. The clay, like I said, I was investigating, I was doing a little bit of a research on forums, and I ended up realizing that they did patch this because it was very difficult for higher level. The loot is based on your level, so it's very difficult for higher level tier loot pool table for you to get clay. So while you're on level like 10 or 12, be sure to always be using your shovel, because that is where you're going to get the most clay out of. Also, this guy is also going to be selling some clay, and also you're going to get clay from chests, but we'll get into farming on a different little video. Now, just to have in mind that to actually start being effective when it comes to crafting or farming all of those things, you're going to need the proper tools. You're not going to be able to use a copper pickaxe to be able to farm for materials right here, because it's just not going to be strong enough, and it's always going to be breaking all the time. So before you actually head into this area, make sure that you have upgraded your blacksmith to get the iron pickaxe, which is the one that you're going to get to farm iron. Also, remember that I told you that this guy was very much important, because this guy, once you level him up, he's going to give you iron ingots. This is to improve, upgrade your weapons, your gear. Then you're going to get the silver ingots, which is then again the final tier material that you're going to use to upgrade your weapons or gear. And also, this guy is also going to give you the final tier of armor possible. Like I said, if you had this, like this guy unlocked, which I didn't. This is like how kind of one of the endgame activities that we have right here. The Enchantress is also going to give you better enchantments if you upgrade her. So for example, I have my basic Eversoul Knight armor right here, which isn't that very much expensive. As a matter of fact, the money you're going to get it from engaging into the endgame area. You enchant this little thing, and now you have this kind of different gear armor that you're going to be using to change stuff into the actual endgame, like I said, per se, when it comes to engaging with everything. Now, if you want to be farming for wood, this guy is going to need to be upgraded as well, because this guy is going to sell you the copper woodcutter's axe, and also the iron woodcutter's axe as well. So then again, I can't stress enough how important it is. You can't really engage per se properly with the endgame if you don't upgrade sacraments first. Meaning that you need to be farming for all those materials while you play the main quest line in here. So you can be playing the main quest line, you can be doing your daily activities, you can be doing your bounties, and it doesn't take as long as you might think. So just if you're engaging with the areas right here, be sure that you're also farming for those materials, because you're going to need them for the endgame. If you like the content, like never is appreciated. Not only today you're a gorgeous and beautiful person, you're indeed a gorgeous and beautiful person. Have a lovely, lovely day, and goodbye.